Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm here to bring you another EFC 24/7 news report this evening. We've got plenty of transfer news to bring to you after the window obviously opened a couple of days ago. Brought you some updates yesterday, and we've got some updates on those updates today, which I'll bring to you right away. So we'll start off with some news coming out of Sky Sports, which always has been a reliable source. That's been disputed in recent years, but it tends to be quite solid news. So Sky Sports today reported the representatives of Gabriel, obviously the real centre-back that we've been mentioning in pretty much all of these reports. His representatives have met with two English clubs about a potential move today. Those clubs aren't named, but the report goes on to say that Everton and Manchester United are interested in a deal which will cost around €30 million. So Everton and Manchester United are mentioned in the report, but they're not said to be those two English clubs, but it's hinted that they probably will be, really. So that's the Gabriel news today. So it looks like we'll be battling it out with Manchester United for Gabriel's signature in terms of English clubs, because I know there's a couple of foreign clubs such as PSG, where he's obviously based in France at the moment, so they're said to be interested as well. And Napoli as well, Ancelotti's former club, but there's some news coming out of Calcio Napoli 24 from journalist Claudio Russo today, who said that Everton have made a bid of €30 million for Gabriel, which potentially prices out Napoli of negotiations, as they can't match that bid. So Everton's financial muscle coming into play once again, so it's good to hear. Everton weren't said to be up for spending that much this summer after the pandemic, but it seems they want to get their man, because it looked like there was pretty much terms agreed before the crisis. So afterwards, we're hoping to get that deal pushed over the line amidst competition from the likes of Manchester United. But yeah, that's the Gabriel news. Later last night, just after I brought you the report, some news came out of the Daily Star to say that Marcelo Bielsa, obviously the Leeds manager, is desperate to add Premier League experience to his team, and Leeds are confident of signing Fabian Delph for around £5 million. We bought him for about £9 million last year, obviously, and he's not had the best season at all. He's been injury stricken. He's had arguments over social media with fans, and he's pretty much disliked by, I'd say, the majority of, if not the whole fan base of Everton. So that would be one of the worst moves we've made, and we've made some pretty bad moves in recent years. But yeah, we might have to make a loss on Fabian Delph, but I'm sure I'm sure a lot of people would be glad to see him out the door, really. A player who's not really made it at Everton, but maybe he'll stick around and come good, we hope, because we signed him as a Premier League champion in the past, someone who come in a leader, but he's not really provided that since he's come. But you never know, whether we'll take that loss already is unlikely, considering the business plan that Everton wants in place. But whether they choose to cut their losses remains to be seen. But that's the report coming out of the Daily Star, obviously a tabloid, so we don't know how much to trust that. But that's the news. Fabrizio Romano, another source coming out of Italy, has said that talks are now ongoing. He's obviously based here now, I think. Talks are now ongoing between Spurs and Southampton for Højbjerg. Pretty much Everton out of the picture now. So yeah, it seemed that Højbjerg himself made it pretty clear that he would rather go to Spurs than Everton, considering both clubs were pretty much solidly interested, we understand, but he has punted for Spurs, and talks are now ongoing between the two clubs for the deal. So a little bit similar to the Momo Sissoko story a couple of years back, but yeah, we're out of that one. So any chances of signing Højbjerg seem to be out the window, but I'm sure we'll be in for other centre mids. Some news within the club is that the season ticket renewals have been announced. 98% have renewed, and we've passed the 30,500 mark for the first time, which is incredible considering the fact that we don't know when fans will be back in stadiums. We've been mentioned potentially October, and Everton have offered a full refund for any behind closed doors games, obviously, but to improve on last year again amidst this crisis is really impressive from the Everton fans. So well done to anyone who's renewed. And as well, just before I wrap it up, that's pretty much all of the news coming out of Everton today. It's been a relatively quiet day, but yeah, just to put you onto the awards video that came out yesterday. James and Terry did a really good end of season awards video where we all of the Toffee Blues lads in the group chat voted for things like Player of the Year, Goal of the Year, Worst Player of the Year as well. So it's definitely worth a watch after you've watched this video, to go and watch that one as well. So yeah, That's pretty much all the news for today. So thanks a lot for watching, and yeah, join us next time on Toffee Blues.